We're joined right now on RealAgriculture.com by Jeff Nielsen. Jeff, as you know, is a former director with the CWB, and he's got a lot more friends in that category now that the group of 8 has been relieved of their duties. Jeff, you were at the press conference this morning. What was it like?
It was an incredible feeling. We had a closet full of farmers, young and old, and just a very, very happy group. The Minister, David Anderson, Minister Ritz spoke. Then we had Brian Otto from the barley growers, Stephen Vanderwall from Grain Growers Canada, and Kevin Bender from the wheat growers speak. And every time they mentioned the word freedom, the whole crowd cheered and gave them a round of applause.
Jeff, when you think about you've been through a lot yourself, along with some others in this fight for marketing freedom. When you think of your own farm, what do you think of today? What does it mean to you?
It just means that added option that anybody who's running a business, you want to maximize your returns and do them yourselves. If you make a mistake, that happens. But you need to have that ability to run your business to the best of your ability. And now we finally have that. We've always been held back on wheat and barley. We always had a middleman somewhere in the middle. Especially, I grow a lot more malt barley than I do wheats. But you've always had that middle person in the way where I can't deal with RAR or Canada Malt to deal with them directly. I know the people. I know them on a personal basis. But you always had that middleman in the way.
I've heard that grain companies have been phoning farmers this morning to book off the combine wheat for 2012. How soon till you make some phone calls and try to get some acres booked?
Well, I'll be interested next week. A few of us drove out here, so maybe I'll make some calls. I'm not driving. I'm not the driver. So on the way home, I'll be able to make some calls. There were 3 contracts signed this morning at the press conference. Sherilyn Jolly-Nagle signed a Durham contract with Viterra. Brad Hamner signed a wheat contract with Johnson's Marketing. And Doug McBain from Cremona, Alberta, signed a malt barley contract with Canada Malt. So right there, and the minister witnessed these papers and signed the papers. And it was great to have that and have those contracts in front of everybody.
And finally, do you feel a little bit of vindication here this morning, Jeff?
I wouldn't say that. It's been a long, hard road for a lot of people. I go back to Jim Chatney and what he's done for Western Canadian, for District 2, and for the wheat board fight alone. He spoke at the He spoke at the Senate committee hearings last week, the day before Henry Voss and I spoke. And I didn't get a chance to meet Jim while we were in Ottawa. But since coming home, I watched Jim's testimony. And for somebody that went through what he had to go through, he was lighthearted, he was positive, he stated himself. He says he knows, just as I do, and Henry knows, the people in the office of Winnipeg can make the transition. They have the expertise, they have the knowledge, and they have the business contacts. He looks forward to the new entity growing and working farmers. Henry Voss and myself clearly do as well.